And Ethiopia isn't merely defending its rights, it is embracing a model of development centered on green energy, regional integration, poverty reduction, and technological advancement. Because for Ethiopia, the GERD is not the end, it is the beginning. With one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, a youthful population, and a strategic role in the continent's diplomatic landscape, Ethiopia is becoming a stabilizing force in East Africa. Despite the challenges, including political pressures, drought, and regional tension, Ethiopia remains committed to African solutions to African problems. It has hosted peace talks, contributed to peacekeeping missions, and championed regional integration under the African Union. So when Ethiopia calls for dialogue on the Nile, when it asks for cooperation, when it rejects destabilizing rhetoric, it is not speaking from weakness, but from confidence in the continent's collective future. Ethiopia knows that water is life, and life should be shared. The GERD can become a cornerstone of regional energy trade, providing cheap renewable power to Sudan, South Sudan, Djibouti, Eritrea, and Kenya. Imagine a Horn of Africa lit up by clean hydroelectricity. Imagine farmers with reliable water access, industries powered sustainably, and regional economies woven together, not by fear, but by opportunity. This is Ethiopia's vision, a stable, interconnected, prosperous region where every nation, Egypt included, thrives. The Nile begins in the mountains and highlands of Ethiopia, where rain clouds gather, where rivers carve deep valleys, where generations have lived beside waters that sustained them long before borders or treaties existed. But the Nile does not belong to one nation. It belongs to all who drink from it, farm with it, dream beside it. It is a shared lifeline for millions, a river of history and a river of destiny. And now rising from the heart of Ethiopia, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam stands as a symbol of what Africa can build when it believes in itself, not as a threat, not as a weapon, but as a beacon, a declaration that development is possible without domination, that progress can be peaceful, and that the future can be brighter than the past. Every bolt, every turbine, every megawatt of clean energy represents a step toward a new era, an era where African nations are not defined by external pressures or old agreements, but by their ability to innovate, to grow, and to lift their people through their own resources. Ethiopia's message to the world is simple. We are here to build, not to break, to cooperate, not to confront, to rise and to help others rise with us. Because the future of the Nile cannot be written through fear or suspicion. It cannot be anchored in colonial-era claims that no longer reflect the realities of a changing continent. Instead, it must be shaped by understanding, fairness, modern principles, and shared prosperity. Imagine a Nile Basin where electricity flows across borders, where droughts are managed with coordinated systems, where every nation uses the rivers sustainably, side by side, not against one another. That is the Ethiopia the world is witnessing today, confident, determined, and hopeful. A nation investing not only in infrastructure, but in peace, not only in its own future, but in the future of the entire region. The future of the Nile will not be written by colonial memories or political fear. It will be written by cooperation, by shared growth, and by nations like Ethiopia, proud, resilient, and committed to building a future where everyone who depends on the Nile can thrive. And as the waters continue their timeless journey northward, one message echoes from the Ethiopian highlands to the Mediterranean coast. A new chapter has begun.